What's up everybody, and thank you for joining me for another video. My name is Whack4863, but you can call me Whack. Today I'm going to run you through my top 5 reasons why I am not buying the PS5 Digital Edition. Now, I have been a day one adopter of PlayStation products for quite some time now, but the Digital Edition is one of those things I'm not going to pick up. I am, however, going to pick up the disc version of the PlayStation 5 on day one, but I want to run you through the top 5 reasons why I'm not getting the Digital Edition and why I don't think you should either. If you're enjoying this content, please leave a like on this video and subscribe for future ones. Clicking the bell will notify you when I upload another video. Number 5 reason is my current disc collection. Now, the PlayStation 5 is supposed to be backwards compatible. No, there is not specific word on which games are going to be backwards compatible. However, I have a very large collection of PS4 games on disc that I'm hoping I'll be able to play once the PS5 comes out. And even if it's not on day one, somewhere down the line, I'm hoping I'll be able to play all those different games that I've collected over years and years and years. The other reason is because I don't own a DVD or Blu-ray player. I simply own PlayStation products and I use those as my Blu-ray player, my DVD player, in addition to a gaming console. And that saves me some money because I'm not buying another piece of equipment. It also saves me some space on my entertainment center because I'm able to combine those two pieces of equipment into one. Number 4 comes down to internet connection. Now, I am on potato internet. It's slow. I live out in the country, and so I can't get the greatest internet. I have one provider that I'm able to go with, and that's who I have. Now, not only is it slow, but I'm also capped. I'm limited at the number of, or the amount of megabytes or gigabytes that I'm able to download. So downloading all my games digitally is just not feasible for me. And I know there's other people out there just like me that are on some sort of restricted internet, whether it's the amount you're allowed to download, whether it's the speed at which you can download, and the digital edition just isn't going to fit the needs for those types of people. The other thing that I'm compelled to bring up is the size of the hard drive. I just don't feel like we've reached a point where the hard drive space, the ability to save games and hold information on any console, has reached the size where I want to transfer my collection to a digital collection. If I delete a game off my PS4 right now, I can simply reinsert that disc. It takes a few minutes for the disc to then download to the hard drive. It installs the updates, which usually aren't very big, and I'm ready to go again. Now, if I did the same thing in the digital realm, I'd be downloading all that information again. And then if I decide, oh man, I really want to play this other game, I have to make a decision on what am I going to not play for a while and want to have to download again in the future, or what am I totally done playing at this point. Now, computer games, PC games have gone full digital. However, it's a different world when you're talking about PC because I can have 42 hard drives in my PC if I want it and store every single game that was ever created and I downloaded on my PC. So if for some reason Steam decides, well, we're not going to host that game anymore, that's okay because I still have plenty of room on my PC to keep that game. Whereas if PlayStation decided, you know what, we're not going to support this game anymore, and it's the niche game that you absolutely love, you have to keep it on your very small, very limited amount of space on your hard drive on your console. Now, yes, there's probably the ability to store that on an external drive or to upgrade your storage space in the PlayStation 5. However, I don't feel that that is a proven concept from PlayStation yet. They are testing and trying that now with this system where they supposedly have additional slots where you can add storage space, but it's not proven to work yet, so I'm going to stick with my roots and stick with the disc edition. Number 3 is physical collections over digital collections. I don't care what digital collection you have. That's just me. I like physical collections. So when I want to collect something, I want something physical. And when it comes down to, let's say, these special editions of the games where you get a hard steel case, or you get an art book, or you get something tangible in addition to the game, whether it's a keychain or figurines or a statue, something like that. I want a physical piece coming with that. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. It needs to be physical. Video games are not cheap, and the special edition games are even more expensive. And when there's a digital copy of a game that they charge more for because they put digital things in there, I really don't see the value. The only time that I see the value is when it comes with, let's say, a soundtrack or something like that. The other stuff, the digital art book, everything like that, just doesn't seem tangible to me. It's not something that really interests me. And you could call me nostalgic if you want. That's okay. I understand maybe I'm a little old school in this area, but as a collector, as someone that collects video games, video game memorabilia, video game related things, I feel like the only way that's going to be worth anything in the future is if it's physical. Digital things are going to be linked to my account, and that's only going to make my PlayStation account more valuable to someone, and I'm not interested in giving up my PlayStation account. Number 2 is the ability to borrow games or trade games. So I've got a buddy, he and I trade games or borrow games to each other on a pretty regular basis, and sometimes not even borrow the game. Sometimes I'll just take a game over to his house and say, hey, check this out, and he'll play it for 5 minutes and go, wow, that's a really cool game, I'm gonna go pick it up, or man, that's really not my style and I'm glad I haven't spent the money on it. But with a digital edition, you're really not able to do that. Now they may come out with some ability for you to log in on someone else's PlayStation like we have now on PS4 and download that game, but that's a lot more cumbersome than me just taking a single disc case over to my buddy's house, throwing it in, letting it download the update, and starting to play it on his account. And honestly, we don't even know if PlayStation 5 will support the ability for you to log in on someone else's PlayStation and play games that you've purchased from the PlayStation Store. And that brings me down to my number 1 reason. Now, this is a crossroads, guys. If you don't see it as a crossroads, you really need to open your eyes. If the digital edition of PlayStation 5 is successful, you will see every other console gaming company move that direction. It's cheaper to produce games that way. They're not wasting anything. There isn't discs that never get bought, right? Think of all the upsides for the console companies or the gaming companies. And those are all good things. I'm not saying those are bad. However, it will change the landscape for console gamers as we see it today. You will see stores like GameStop totally disappear because there will be no need in the near future for disc-based games. There's not going to be a store that does this on a huge scale. You may find your boutique shops, your mom and pop shops that still have games for PS1, PS2, PS3, PS4, and probably PS5, but past that, you are not going to be able to buy, sell, trade games as we are today, which really is going to be a big monetary impact on gamers as we know it. Think about this, the games that you're not sure on, that you decide, I'm gonna wait, I'm gonna see if that game is any good, or I really don't want to play that right now. When you go down to GameStop to pick that game up, you pay a reduced price because you're buying it used. That will go out the window, and the gaming companies, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo, will set the price on their store, and you are going to pay that whether that game is brand new or 2 years old, and it could be the exact same price. So it's really going to affect the way and the amount of money that we spend on these games. Alright guys, so let me know if you're getting the PlayStation 5, which edition are you going to get, and are you going to be a day one adopter or are you waiting it out? I'd like to thank all my YouTube members for their continued support. Y'all are absolute legends. If you'd like to become a legend, there's a button below this video that clicks join. It'll give you all the details. There's 2 videos on the screen. You can pick one of those to watch next. Go ahead and whack that like button if you haven't already, and I hope you've enjoyed this video as much as I've enjoyed making it. I'll catch you next time. Peace.